Welcome to Low-Key PD. In this video, we're going to explore how to work with images in Google Drawings. First, get yourself an image to work with. You can do that by going up to the menu and clicking on Insert. Hover over Image, and then you have a number of different options for adding an image to your Google Drawing. There's 6 different sources. You can upload it from your computer, search the web. Maybe the picture that you want is in Google Drive or your Google folders. Maybe you know the URL, or maybe you're going to insert a picture using your document camera or your webcam on your device. If you choose camera, you may have to allow Google Docs access to use your camera so that it can take that image. If so, just understand that that could happen and give it the proper permissions. For this demonstration, I'm just going to search the web, and I'm going to insert something, calculus problems. Here's a picture of Isaac Newton. All right. You can search for whatever you want, and it'll show you a bunch of pictures. Find one you like. If you're looking for one specifically, you may want to save that image and then just upload it from Drive or your computer or something like that. But if you're just willing to take pretty much whatever's available, go ahead and search the web. So here's an image of Sir Isaac Newton. Now that I have this image, there's a number of things I can do with it. I can resize this. I can shrink it vertically by clicking on the vertical sprites up here. Notice that that does distort it. I can do the same thing left to right. Notice that that also distorts it, and I'm just using the keyboard shortcut Control-Z to undo this. If I want to do both at the same time, I can grab the corner. Notice if I grab the corner, the aspect ratio stays the same. I can't move it further up or further to the left or right. It's just going to keep the proportions the same. It just makes it smaller. That's probably what you're looking to do anyway. If I double click on the image, notice I get these little black bars in the corners and on the sides. That will allow me to crop this image. So let's say I want not all of it, just maybe Isaac Newton's face. And notice that the frame is now around the part of the image that I want, but there's still part of the image down here. That's because when I crop an image in Google Drawings, it only shows what I told it to show by cropping, but the entire image is still present. So here's what I mean. Notice now we can only see the part of the image that I cropped. But if I double click on it again, the image is still there, and I can adjust it a little bit further to show a little bit more of that image if I don't like the way it looked the first time. All right, so here's my picture of Sir Isaac Newton. I have a number of options for formatting this image. If I click up here on Format Options, or if I go to the Format menu and click on Image, I'll get pretty much the same options. So I'm just going to click up here. I can add a drop shadow. And if I play with the distance, the transparency, and the angle, how far is that shadow going to be? Maybe blur it a little bit. I can adjust the position. Where do I want it specifically? X coordinates, Y coordinates. I can recolor it. Maybe you're looking for something a little bit hypnotic. There's a nice red picture of Sir Isaac Newton with a drop shadow. You can make it a little bit more transparent. Adjust the brightness and the contrast. You can even add a reflection. So watch what happens when I add a reflection. Notice underneath now I have a reflected portion of this image. All right, so now I get this nice little effect here where the image is reflected vertically. Really some nice options here for formatting images. Remember, Google Drawings is something you're probably going to use a lot for graphic organizers, things like that, where you want the images to be really crisp and nice. Another way you can format this image. Here, if I just select the image, I can still go in up here and add a border. So let's say I want a 4-point border. I can change that border to bright blue, and now it has a border. Notice that the reflected image also has a border. If I want to, I can change that border from a solid line to any one of these lines up here. And if I move it, the drop shadow still remains, the reflection still remains, and you can get some really nice visual effects here by using images in your Google Drawings.